Well, over in Kenya at the moment, we have a delegation from Europe gathering at a European investment trade brief, looking at, amongst other things, how East African exporters can identify opportunities for exports in the UK and the EU and how they can take advantage of these opportunities moving forward. Julian Campbell, an independent business consultant, joins us now to look at some of what's being put on the table there. Thanks so much, Julian, for your time this afternoon. Well, we know that the East African region has been one of those hit by the Eurozone crisis. To what extent has the situation unfolding there impacted on the region's trading patterns?
Well, I think, this morning's or today's event is focusing particularly on agriculture and horticultural producers. As the UK and EU recovers from recession, you'll see a recovery in consumer spend, an upturn in the economy, and I think whilst export opportunities for Kenyan producers have flatlined over the last couple of years, we'll see opportunities and prospects improve over the next 2 to 3 years.
Well, in this very difficult operating environment where a reduction in consumption is actually the sticking point, what kind of opportunities are we realistically looking at here at the moment and being presented by the Eurozone for the East African region's exporters?
Well, one of the features about any economy as it recovers from a recession is a slight change in consumer spending habits. And we've seen that in previous recessions in Europe in the 90s and 80s, that when consumers came out of the recession, their shift even in essential items such as foodstuffs did change slightly. What we're seeing in the UK supermarket sector in particular is them already beginning to anticipate the new types of produce, new foodstuffs, that consumers will want to buy more of over the next couple of years. Something which supermarkets are very keen on because it gives them their competitive edge in the UK. Let's not forget, this is an enormous industry. We import something like £350 million of agri and horticultural products from Kenya alone every year. 350 tons of produce is air freighted in every night from Nairobi airport. And I think that demonstrates an investment in supply chain management and logistics by UK retailers, which isn't going to go away sometime soon.
Well, market information clearly becomes key here. What gap are we looking at that needs to be filled when it comes to how some of the region's exporters gather access information and leverage off it? Because, it's market information that needs to be playing the kind of role that it should be, that has to be key focus right now.
Well, initially it's looking at the market information which commercial buyers who represent UK supermarkets are themselves discussing with current and prospective suppliers. So if, for instance, there's a shift in consumers increasing spend on products such as broccoli spears or baby sweet corn, buyers will work with producers to anticipate that. So suppliers need to be working quite closely with commercial buyers on the ground to help them anticipate consumer need. The second thing, that there's an awful lot of resources out there from people such as the HCDA here in Kenya, the Chamber of Commerce, KEPSIS, as well as the European Commission's own export desks, which have got a wealth of market information. So people should have ample opportunities to find out the type of market information that we're talking about.
On the flip side, are marketing drives being given as much attention, in your opinion, as they need to be given, where markets in the European region are aware exactly of what the East African region has to offer in terms of product, in terms of quality, etc.?
I think any country in this market, and in fact I visited one of my own supermarkets in the UK the other day and I counted 17 different countries supplying that one supermarket. It is a global and very competitive environment. So any country in East Africa really needs to make sure that the type of marketing effort that it puts in nationally really supports producers on the ground and gives them the opportunities to talk to prospective commercial buyers. But we're seeing some of that activity already. This morning we had an excellent session from the HCDA and they ran through, for instance, the type of exhibitions that they visit around Europe where they take examples of Kenyan produce, Kenyan suppliers and put them right in front of the buyers. That's the type of activity you need to see happening.